Hello and welcome to day 33 of Lifestyle Prescriptions Bootcamp. Today I'm going to look at the connection between emotions and specific organ tissues. So we know now that our emotions come from our beliefs, which in turn are just thoughts that we keep thinking, aren't they? Because we keep thinking these thoughts, we view life through this belief filter, and it is how we end up living and experiencing our life. So the belief kind of proves itself true, doesn't it? When we have an emotional response to an event, instantly, every single cell in our body feels the impact of it through the gene expression. Now, that is stimulated via the neurons released in the brain, which stimulate specific hormones to be released, neurohormones, which go into the blood, they go into all the cells, they act on the DNA to activate specific responses in the form of hormones, proteins being released. Now, this is very, very simplified, obviously, but you get the idea, don't you? So, emotions equal physiology. If we have negative thoughts and therefore negative emotions consistently, our cup is consistently half full. How are you today? Oh, I'm okay. Instead of I'm fantastic, I'm wonderful, I'm feeling great. That kind of thought. It shows up as illness in our body. Now, obviously, if we have more intense feelings of response, negative thoughts, like, thoughts of anger and hate or despair, those kind of things will have a very, very different effect in our body. So, with processes that we use as lifestyle prescription health coaches, we can actually associate some very specific emotions with very specific organ tissues. And that's a place that we can it directs us as to how we can first start in the inquiry as to what is the cause of what is going on with your specific symptoms. So, for instance, this is very generalized, okay? So, for instance, if we feel anger, now it may be related to a number of organ tissues that we know as health coaches from lifestyle prescriptions that are associated with anger. So we just then have to use the inquiry as to find out what sort of anger is it. Is it territorial? Is it fear? Something other than anger. Other than just specific unnamed anger. It can get to be a specific type of anger. So anger tissues could be small intestine. It could be a part of the stomach lining. Or it could be even the gallbladder bile ducts. And there are a number of other organ tissues that are associated with anger as well. But these are just a few examples. Now, we could feel, of course, anger about something else, like there's an injustice in the world, or there's been an injustice to myself. And this could manifest as perhaps a neck pain. You see, it's all through the perception, the eyes of our perception. Another example is when we feel total overwhelm. Now, many things may respond in our body with total overwhelm or any overwhelm, but we always, as lifestyle prescription health coaches, we always look to the heart muscle and just check that out, the myocardium, for signs of distress, because overwhelm always has some effect on the myocardium. Now, of course, please remember this is simplified, as each person needs to be heard in a one-to-one dialogue, a specific session, so we can hear that what are your specific thoughts, what are the emotions related to an event, a situation, because your perception specifically is how we can unravel what is going on with your physical symptoms. So we know that certain emotions or thought patterns will compromise a certain number of organ tissues. So this helps us as health coaches to narrow down and focus our inquiry with the client to help pinpoint the exact trigger and response. So when we've got that, we can then release it and bring understanding. So it can be released from the body, and then the body can heal naturally because it's not producing those same hormones, those same responses that were causing the body to not be well. So how about, as a lifestyle prescription, you start watching your emotional responses and notice what your body does. And when you do that, you'll start noticing your own emotion organ tissue response connection. And while you're at it, why don't you also notice your thoughts that you're thinking? This will lead you back to, what are my beliefs in this situation, my knee-jerk responses, which are causing my physiology, my physical symptoms. And then you can decide if that belief is helping or hindering you. That's very empowering, isn't it? I hope you have some fun with that and try it out and get some deep insights into what's going on in your physiology and in your mind. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.